everyone talks about inflation. Politicians say companies are greedy. Companies reply, the supply chain is broken. Economists talk about interest rate targets, as if they're discussing the chance of rain. But there's no need to dress up the truth or dance around it. Inflation means this: what you can buy today with the money in your pocket, you won't be able to buy tomorrow with the same money. That's it. It's the slow erosion of money. The dollar in your pocket, the euro in your bank account, the lira in your hand, over time they do less and less. And no, this isn't a mistake. The system is built to work this way. So why does it happen? There are two ways to understand it, and both matter. In the past, economists defined inflation very clearly. Inflation is an increase in the amount of money. If governments print too much money, or banks hand out excessive credit, soon there's more money than goods circulating. More money chases the same products. The result? Money loses value. That's simple. But then things changed. In the 20th century, governments softened the definition. Inflation now meant rising prices. If groceries got expensive, if gas prices went up, the blame was there. So we started talking about the symptoms, not the causes. But the reality is this: money expands, prices rise, your paycheck shrinks. That's inflation. And this is exactly where interest rates enter the picture. Think of interest rates as the gas pedal and the brake of the economy. If prices rise too fast, central banks hit the brakes. They raise interest rates, borrowing becomes harder, spending slows, and the system is supposed to cool down. If the economy slows, they step on the gas. They cut rates, borrowing gets cheaper, people start spending again. On paper it makes sense, but in reality it means this: your money is constantly being manipulated by decisions you have no say in. And most of the time, those decisions work against you. Now let's ask this question: can inflation ever be zero? In theory, yes. If money and production grow in perfect balance, prices stay stable. But in practice, nobody wants that. Central banks openly say this: we want about 2% inflation every year. Why? Because a little inflation discourages people from hoarding cash. It makes it easier for governments to pay their debts. And it avoids the real nightmare: deflation. Deflation and falling prices terrifies policymakers, because if people think things will be cheaper tomorrow, they stop spending. The economy freezes, so the system is built on the slow loss of your money's value. This isn't an accident, it's a deliberate choice. And this isn't just theory. History is full of examples. Take ancient Rome. Rome's currency, the denarius, was a silver coin trusted by everyone. But wars were expensive, spending kept growing. The solution? Reduce the silver content of the coin. From the outside it looked the same, but it was hollowed out. People noticed. Prices rose. Trust disappeared. This was inflation by stealth. Now jump to the 1500s. Spain extracted tons of silver from the Americas. Ship after ship carried silver to Europe. There was money everywhere, but food, land, and work didn't increase nearly as much. The result? Everything became more expensive. For people living at the time, this wasn't wealth. Life became harder. In Rome, the coin was diluted. In Spain, the system was flooded with money. But the outcome was the same. When money increases, its value falls. This isn't a mystery, it's math. And the price is always paid first by ordinary people. In bread, in rent, in wages. By the 20th century, things went completely out of control. Weimar Germany, a country that lost the war and was crushed under debt. The solution was to print money. At first, it seemed to work. Then the printing presses never stopped. In 1923, a loaf of bread cost billions of marks. People ran to the shops the moment they were paid, because prices doubled by evening. It was a time when people burned money to heat their homes. A lifetime of savings vanished, and ironically, debtors won. The government won. Those who saved lost. This wasn't just an economic crisis. Trust in society collapsed, and that collapse opened the door to extremism. You might say, that's an extreme case. Then look at America in the 1970s. The gold standard was abandoned. The oil crisis hit. Prices rose, the economy stalled. Wages fell behind. People worked harder and still got poorer. What about Argentina? What about Zimbabwe? Same story, different stages. Inflation always starts the same way, as a solution to a problem. And it always ends the same way. A transfer of wealth. Debtors win. Those with assets are protected. Those who hold cash lose. Inflation isn't just an economic issue. It's an issue of trust. Trust in the monetary system. Trust in the future. Once that trust is gone, society cracks. That's why this still matters today. Because inflation wasn't solved, it was normalized. 2% is healthy, they said. But do you know what happens over time? Half your money disappears. This isn't a flaw of the system. It's a feature of the system. If you don't understand this, you'll always pay the price. History doesn't repeat itself exactly, but inflation always sings the same song. And if you don't recognize the melody, your money will quietly fade away while someone else profits from the system. If this perspective opened a new window for you, subscribe. History has answers, and I'll show you where to find them.